Even in a state with the best reproductive health care in the country, and in one of the first couple of states that had fertility mandates for insurance since 1987, there are still so many issues with the way things work. I want to talk about a case that I recently had and the peer-to-peer that I did for it and the bonkers outcome that came from it. If you're not familiar, a peer-to-peer is when an insurance company denies a claim for something that we believe should be covered. A physician, like myself, is connected with a physician who should be in the same or very similar field of medicine to my own that can talk through the case and make a decision and hopefully overturn the denial. This patient was in her 30s and had a history of having one of her ovaries already removed for a dermoid cyst, and she has a repeat larger dermoid cyst on the other side and is about to be going through surgery for that cyst, and there's a high likelihood that she's going to lose that ovary as well, which will mean she will not have the ability to have children using her own eggs. Now, she already did one IVF cycle with me and has a couple of embryos that are frozen. However, that far from guarantees that she's going to be able to become a parent. So we talked, and she wanted to proceed with another IVF cycle. IVF, a covered option with her fertility insurance. However, she was told that she could not do another IVF cycle because she already has 2 embryos that are frozen. This obviously was not the best case for this patient because she wanted to make more embryos before she had her ovary probably removed. She wasn't planning on getting pregnant until after she had that surgery, so she doesn't have any pregnancy complications like emergency torsion. Her insurance denied it, and I requested a peer-to-peer. So I got on the phone with them. I asked who I was speaking with and what their specialty of medicine was, and I was told emergency medicine. I asked if there was not a peer that is in my own specialty or an adjacent specialty available. They said no. And that was the first issue with this peer-to-peer, because this is not a peer. There's no shade on emergency medicine, but emergency medicine is not reproductive endocrinology or infertility related. Regardless, I proceeded with the peer-to-peer, and I explained the situation to the physician that I was speaking with about how this patient was going to likely lose her ovary and therefore lose her ability to have children using her own eggs. And yes, she has 2 embryos frozen, thankfully. However, that is not good enough for her to complete her family. Response was, I don't think we do that, even if she's getting chemo.
Even if she's getting chemo.
As if that is a good look. After hearing this, I reiterated that this patient was about to have a surgery that would very likely render her unable to have children using her own eggs, and that there is no one within my specialty or adjacent to my specialty that's able to have this peer-to-peer conversation with me, the whole point of a peer-to-peer. And the peer simply stated, yes, and if you want, you can appeal. Even if someone needs chemo, and this is good care.